I lived in this one, Waterloo. I've been 16 years in this building, so I don't know.
Eddie lives in the Matavai Public Housing Tower in Waterloo, a suburb which will soon undergo extensive redevelopments. Over the next 3 years, the Matavai and the Turanga Towers will be demolished, and around 4,000 public housing residents will be relocated elsewhere. But residents have so far been left in the dark as to when and where they will be relocated.
No, nobody talked to us. No one. So it's just they make people confused. So if you're gonna move about 500-600 people from just two buildings there, it's big hard. Where are you gonna put them there?
Ross Smith is the spokesperson for the Waterloo Neighbourhood Advisory Board, and he says that his questions have gone unanswered.
There is no response. We, as locals, have all written over a period of years to the government, to the minister, even to the premier, putting simple questions such as how, when, where, why, and requesting time frames. No one's had an answer. The only interpretation of the choice of that site was that they wanted to increase the value of the land around it and also the land on top of it. And their decision to redevelop the Waterloo housing estate was based on pure economic greed. You wouldn't mind so much if they used the money, all of the money, for the alleged purpose that they used, cited it as justification for what they were doing. But we haven't seen anywhere where the money's been spent. So we raised the issue of displacement, gentrification, and in commercial terms, misrepresentation bordering on fraud, because no one can see where the money is.
Frustrated by the state government's lack of response, Ross took his concerns to local council, where he found one councillor who was willing to listen. Linda Scott is the Labour councillor for the City of Sydney, and she says that social housing and affordable housing is needed now more than ever, given the soaring cost of rent in the inner city.
You can't go a week in the City of Sydney without meeting somebody who can't find a rental property that they'd like to live in because it's too expensive and there's so much competition. I've met hundreds and hundreds of first home buyers that have gone to auction with great hopes of owning their own house, only to be stymied when the price races well above their limit. It's becoming a critical issue for the City of Sydney, not only for young people who want to rent, not only for people who want to get into the first home owners market, but also for business.
But Councillor Scott says that City of Sydney Council isn't doing enough to protect social housing in the inner city.
For me, it's incredibly important that the City of Sydney takes an active role in making our housing more affordable. We need to fight to retain the public housing that we have in the City of Sydney, and right now there's a direct threat to hundreds and hundreds of apartments in Waterloo that the state Liberal government is threatening to abolish, and with no clear commitment that they will at least maintain the current levels. I would always hope that we would see an expansion of it myself. I've put a series of recommendations for this council to consider in order to make housing more affordable. A huge range of those have been rejected by our current Lord Mayor Clover Moore, but it's something that I'm very committed to continue working hard on. We've had a huge number of residents in Redfern and Waterloo very frightened by the Liberal state government's announcement that they're going to be relocated. They're worried because for many residents this has been their house for their entire lives, and so being told that they're going to be moved with no guarantee of a right of return is very worrying for them.
Because if you've been here that long, so you gotta miss people didn't know where they're gonna go, where they're gonna live. There are a lot of friends, and when you live in the same area for 16 years, you found you're just like one of the family situation, friend, and everybody know each other there. So it's very, very hard to just, they're gonna make everybody disappear from one area to wherever they get or put them there. So it's big hard there. I don't know what they